In fact, Dan Fraga, who runs a YouTube channel called Cooch Doodles.
Couch
Doodles.
Oh my Jesus
Cooch
Lord.
Doodles.
Cooch, I like Cooch Doodles.
Cooch Doodles is better. Cooch Doodles.
I'm starting a channel named
Got it.
Cooch Diddles.
Cooch Doodles. Cooch
Cooch
Diddles.
Diddles.
Cooch Diddles.
Oh, I love that. Was a Freudian
That
slip.
is the name of your show from now on.
Cooch Doodles. Cooch Diddles.
Cooch Doodles.
I don't even know how to spell that.
Oh no, we lost Avery. What the hell? We lost Avery. Hold on. No.
He laughed so hard, he got booted himself from the channel.
He probably clicked the
I'm
wrong button.
crying.
All right, hey everybody, and welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Present. That's just one of my new favorite clips from the show. And once again, welcome to the Hero Hour. Yay! And we have a special guest today. D-Love All Things called in. How's it going, man?
Hey, how's it going? I'm hoping everyone else is going to be here because I'd love to talk to all of you guys.
Well, I hope so too. I sent out the invites, but you never know with those guys. Now, you said in your text you called us the Maroon 5 of CG. I'm not sure if that's an insult or a. I thought that was funny though, but yeah, we'll see if we can get some other people in here.
Yeah,
it's boring just talking to me. I know that for a fact.
Well,
so
I was posted to you previously. At the last month I had a stroke. My left side's a little messed up, and the way I talk is a little stuttery a little bit.
Yeah, how you doing?
I could be better, but also my YouTube's all screwed up. Like when I try and chat, I saw Kodiak post in a couple of forums, and I was trying to talk to him, but he didn't notice any of my chats. And then when I tried to talk to Cross or Piper, he didn't notice my chats either. And then I started realizing that no one's seeing what I'm posting. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to delete my YouTube channel and restart it.
That's crazy.
Just no one's noticing my live chats. I don't know why.
Huh.
So and I was live chatting you guys a couple of times and no one's picking up on it. So like I said, I think I'm going to delete my YouTube channel and just restart it under maybe something along the lines of D Loves All Things or something along like that. But
now, see, when you had mentioned that, I was thinking I had not heard anybody talking about having issues where they couldn't be seen or couldn't be seen in the chats. But then again, we're talking about YouTube here, and crazier stuff has happened. So
what's funny about that whole situation is that if I we need to do a super chat, they read my super chat show up, but not my regular live chat.
Oh, hold on a second. We got King Kodiak coming in. What's up, sir? We can't hear you. Turn your volume up or turn your mic on. Now say something. Guys, so you know, I did not boot him. He booted himself. So he's always having issues with his computer. So we'll see if we can get him back in here. All right, here we go. Hello.
Boomerville Extreme.
Exactly. Hey,
buddy.
Hey, it's finally nice talking and seeing you, Kodiak.
Oh, hey, I thought you was Todd.
No, it's D Loves All Things.
D, dude, brother. I wanted to I seen your super chat. I don't know if he read it so late, so I don't know if you
look,
he read it.
Look, Cooch Diddles is here.
My live chats don't show up, but my super chats work, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. He was saying that there's no reason you should be like blocked or anything.
What the
heck?
I'm
not blocked.
What the hell? What the heck happened to Avery's screen?
I have no idea. He knocked out, and hopefully he'll come back in. But that was crazy.
It's something weird with I think it's my channel or my YouTube account. Because when I go to other places, like I try to talk to Piper on Cross, and then I don't know if you've ever been to the Burnett Network. I try to talk to some people over there. Like no one's able to see my normal chats, just my super chats. So I think I'm gonna.
I've
delete
had
my,
times I've suspected my chats weren't seen. Whoa. Hey.
All right. Hey, Avery.
What's up?
All right.
Hey
now we
Avery.
can see you.
Hey, Avery. It's nice talking to you. It's nice
Hey.
talking to all three of you guys.
What's up, man?
No, I mean, like I've been wanting to talk to you guys for a long time, but I don't know
How
why.
you been feeling?
Kodiak, did you just throw
Well-
your camera?
No, it threw itself at me.
I can't
was-
stay too long. I just got called into work a few minutes ago.
Oh,
I gotta go to work.
fucking hell.
You're kidding me.
Hey,
Yeah.
Avery, I'm just glad I'm able to talk to you and just say hi.
Hey, man.
They practically got a pager on Avery's side.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm getting called in to go in tomorrow, but I'm only scheduled for like 2 days next week.
Mm.
You know, for somebody who's non-essential, they surely do need you a lot.
I thought he was considered essential.
Well, that's what he says. He's not essential.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No,
I
if you're
think he's
essential,
essential.
if you work for a business and it's like it's considered essential, you know, you have to work through this, and you're not one of the people who's getting laid off. A lot of people are just straight up getting fired. The company's like, you know what, everybody's fired.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good that you're working, right? It's always good that you're working.
It it's not enough.
Yeah, I've got to reach out to my credit union because I went online. My car payment's due tomorrow, and I went online to pay it today. And before I went to go pay it, I noticed it said the due date was June 9th. And I'm like, wait a minute, I have an April 9th payment due. Are they letting me, skip a couple payments? And if so, thank God. That's great. That's awesome.
Some companies and places are doing that. Like they're not supposed. Like if something happens and you miss a mortgage payment during all this, or a rent payment, they're not supposed to evict you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give them a call tomorrow and just confirm, just because I could definitely use that money for something else, But if that is the case, I'm thrilled because I mean, I know it's not much, but still, that's Ooh.
I don't know. Tara, I said, Tara, this is going to take 2 or 3 years to recover as a society. She's like, it's going to be like 9/11. It's going to be like 5 years we're talking about this thing.
No.
You think it's just going to be like,
Once the ball starts rolling again, it'll start rolling.
Oh yeah. Well,
The
there's
people who have money still have money.
it's true. It's true.
They are fine. They're just sitting on it.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing during Obama. They just sat on it.
they waited for a new president, and then they started
Exactly.
hiring people again. Because I always remember exactly when my son got his job because it was the day after the
I'm
election.
going to have to mute myself, guys. Give me a sec.
Yeah, the election, I think, was on June 8th, or no, November 8th, and he got the call on November 9th. And I'm like, the company that hired him was literally waiting to see who won the election before they started hiring people again. I firmly believe that. And I mean, that's the way it goes.
Sure.
People in
Is that his
business.
job at the movie theater?
Yes, which he just lost. He lost as of not last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before.
He needs to
Because the
file
whole
for
theater.
unemployment.
He has, but we're running into a problem. To do Florida unemployment, you have 3 steps that you have to do. And the second step is you have to register with the Florida Department of Jobs, their like search website or whatever.
Mhm.
And when he went in to go register for it, it said he had already registered. And he's like, I may have registered like 4 years ago when I was looking for a job, but he didn't remember his password, didn't remember what email he set up. He didn't remember any of that stuff. So we sent the request to have somebody contact him so that he can get that all reset. And they have still yet to contact him yet.
Yeah, that's
It's because they're getting flooded. They're getting flooded with people.
Absolutely,
So.
sure.
But yeah, he's not on unemployment yet because of that. And it's frustrating. And it's not like you can go to an unemployment office either because
No,
they're
you
all
can't right
closed.
now. You have to do everything online.
Or by phone, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, he's working on, he's applying and doing. He's done a couple of interviews so far, and
They're saying the whole movie industry, like the whole movie theaters, like AMC, is gonna fall under.
well, the company that he works for was had been purchased by a larger company. I'm sure they'll bounce back, but the longer it takes for them to get back to normal, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And I mean, one of the things that they told him when they let everybody go, is the question came up, well, will we have a job when this all goes back to normal? And they said, you'll need to reapply.
Yeah, that's
So-
garbage.
Yeah, no, that sucks. But I mean, he's
Yeah.
in the back of his mind, worst case scenario, he can go back to the theater because he liked that job. He was well liked there. He did a good job, and so
I hate that they're still pushing the doom and gloom when there are now 2 possible treatments.
yeah.
2 different possible treatments.
Well, to me, a lot of this is just like Trump hate. Whatever Trump says, they're going to say the exact opposite.
That's
they're going to
why.
find things to say against them.
That's why today he wasn't even. It was just all Pence. I didn't know I liked Pence as much as I do now. He's, they deal with the, that famous CNN guy that likes to.
Jim Acosta.
Yeah, Acosta.
Yeah,
He was there,
that guy.
and you could tell he was itching, but he wasn't wanting the lady surgeon. She wasn't a surgeon. She's some kind of medical professional that's been helping. She's on the team. He was asking her a question. I'm like, boy, you don't ask Trump questions like that nice. And then he asked Pence a question, and he asked it nicely, even though it was kind of incendiary. It was talking about conspiracy theories. I was like, if you ask Trump questions like that, you might get responses the way these guys, it's like, it was so weird. But yeah,
That.
He-
Go ahead.
I was just thinking to finish my thought, he might be thinking pulling back and letting these people that are calmer. I don't know. It just seemed less incendiary today, and it's not always him; it's them. They just really have it out for this guy.
Well, we've all known that since day one. So,
Hmm.
oh well.
Well, I'm just talking about like how they do not want to talk about these treatments.
Mm-mm.
They want to talk about it very, very little. Like that
Yeah.
one, that most recent one, that drug that it's the main ingredient, like HeartGuard for your dog, and it kills the coronavirus with one dose in 48 hours. And so far in the lab,
Yeah.
you know,
And you're talking about media, right? Media don't want to talk about it.
yeah,
Yeah, and then the team has to be careful because you don't want them going off some whack job, going off and drinking koi cleaner.
yeah.
Well, it's that person who drinks the koi cleaner. It's that guy's fault.
Well,
they tried to
Stephen-
blame it on the
Steven Crowder did a couple of different episodes about that lady, and found out that she in the interviews that they did with her, she said how she trusted the president. She heard him say you should drink this, and so she and her husband did it, and her husband died. And he went and did a little research and found out that she's a staunch Democrat supporter. She's a
Yeah.
Trump hater. So the fact that she's now saying, "Oh, I believe the president, and everything he says is just total BS," and then he went and found out that the man, her husband, was trying to divorce her, and she had assaulted him in the past.
Oh,
So the whole narrative of her and her husband being, "Oh my gosh, I love the president. Let's drink this because it's going to make
all
us feel
human
better."
society are the Tiger King.
Yeah.
And this lady is literally Carol Baskin, of,
Yeah.
of Fish Cleaner,
Carol fucking Baskin. That bitch, Carol Baskin.
You know,
I woke up smelling like catnip because of that bitch, Carol Baskin.
I know I've been
Calling
out for a
somebody.
while. What's the tiger thing you're talking about?
It's a new documentary series on Netflix called Tiger King, and it is start to finish fascinatingly horrible and incredible at the same time.
Mm-hmm. All of the
It's-
above.
It's about people that raise and profit off of big cats here in the US, and it's got murder and drugs, and it's got, is there sex? Yeah, there's
Oh
stories
yeah,
of
gay
sex.
sex,
Yeah.
but yeah, sex.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You don't have to see it. It just
It's a
know
cult,
there.
there's cult mentality. There's using. It's just
Yep.
what Kodiak said. That is America right now, and it's America to the extreme, and it's
That's why it's so
It's a-
fascinating.
it's a really disturbing look at the world we live in. And it also has relevance to everybody here in this room in the fact that there are people that used YouTube and social media to get out there and to get into the limelight and to get attention and make a profit and so forth. And I still think we need to make music videos, Kodiak. It needs to happen. Oh, hey, Ahmed, how's it going, man? Oh, that reminds me. I did my last Comic Stack video, not on stream, and I'll be releasing it when this one is over. And I'm utterly amazed that you guys have yet to call me out on the fact that I did not live stream last night.
I don't care.
I seen you post a video right about the time.
I totally forgot about it. I was so tired. I
started to text you, say, "Hey, you want to stream or whatever?" But
yeah, I ended up my wife and I, we never got a chance to watch Walking Dead Sunday night, so we watched Walking Dead, and then I said, "That's it, I'm done. I'm going to bed." And I didn't even think about it.
What usually throws me off is the time change. I think I'm getting used to it now, but it's getting.
Didn't even think about it.
What
usually throws me off is the. All right, who's doing it?
Voice.
I'm sorry.
Oh, D did it.
My bad. I'm logging on my other phone to see if my chats will show up on
How do you guys put up with that?
My bad.
Ahmed says, I saw your kind of rant on censorship on comics. Yeah, that was pretty disturbing. But
I just chatted hello. Did you guys see it, or is it?
Yes, actually, I see it in the chat.
Oh, it did show up?
Yeah, it just came through. Just came through on StreamYard. So
through StreamYards, yeah.
That's so weird that you were having problems before, but
yeah, because I was like, I saw Kodak said something to me, and then I tried to message him back. And I'm like, man, nothing's happening. What's going on?
You're being invaded, Kodiak.
I see that. He's a star of his own show.
Yeah. So do you guys want to talk some comic crap?
Yeah.
Is it about Donny Cates being a total weenie?
I was watching that. It was such a boring stream, and then all of a sudden,
Donny Cates can straight go to hell, dude.
No,
that
this
was
one,
such a shit fire.
This one is about a piece of garbage
Donny
in
Cates?
the comic book world.
Oh,
And-
Rick Johnston, the other piece of garbage?
Nope, it's about a piece of garbage who was in comics for a bit, created a firestorm, then left comics.
It's a she.
It's a she who left comics and then
Heather
came back.
The cum dumpster.
Oh shit!
We're not going to refer to her that as
I
that.
forgot about that comment. Yeah. Who
I
made
did
that
know.
comment? Oh, Avery's like, it's mine now.
It's
Yeah,
mine
yeah.
now.
That would be Avery at.
It's like
comic-
my Transformers thing or Transformer.
It means useless.
All right, so
It's
here.
not meant to be taken literally.
Valiant Comics senior editor Heather Antos claims America has the worst fans. And there's somebody who twisted this around a little bit, and I think it's kind of funny the way it came out. But former Marvel Comics editor and now senior editor at Valiant Comics, Heather Antos, declared America has the worst fans. So somebody, a Twitter user named Hucksters, asks, what thing has the worst fans? And I don't know who this person is. I mean, I don't know why they're important, why she was answering his tweet, unless she just wanted to start some crap. And you know that's her job, is to start crap to get people talking because it's a way to benefit her company. And I really don't see how this benefits Valiant
No.
in the slightest.
No.
You know, but the
She's
whole
been
idea
nothing
is
but a problem.
the whole idea of bad news is you know, what is the saying? What is the saying? You know what I'm trying to say. Even bad news is good, or even bad coverage is good coverage. Whatever it is.
Even bad publicity is good
Careful.
publicity.
Right.
I mean, like Valiant don't have what DC and Marvel have with the movies over here and Disney, big backbones. You know, they don't have that, right? They
Yeah.
don't
No, they don't.
all
This
they have is their books. So she's gonna sit there and shit on the fans in a smaller company like that. What?
Yeah. This horrible individual was hired to do nothing less than start controversy, stir that controversy, and make a name for herself as the person that does this all the time. Antos, who is editing X-O Manowar, which I don't know anybody who gives a rat's ass about X-O Manowar, or even has in the past anymore.
I liked that Joe Quesada Chromium cover back in the day.
Yeah, I have a couple of those.
Yeah, it was nice. It was great.
Yeah. Antos, the editor of X-O Manowar, responded with one word: America. I like the fact that they archived the link just in case people want to talk about it in the future. But I was just going to say something. I lost my train of thought.
I seen it happen too and went.
Speaking of
Yeah, I know. She would double down with Husk Tears. Oh, Husk Tears is the guy's name. Okay. Raymond Piz, come to my island. Please come to I have no idea what any of that means. He says the best response was Jesus. You're currently in second place behind my friends who said Jesus Christ for best answer. The replies to you are real bad, though. And she says, what can I say? The worst fans. And then here's a page of her. Didn't she start some type of class on how to be an editor? Wasn't that the thing she was pushing for a while?
No, I think it was crowdfunding on how to crowdfund.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's even worse.
For once we agree.
That's even worse. Antos would be heavily criticized for her response. At least one person mocked Marvel Comics America series. Nice to live in a country that allows you to express your disdain for it. You could always leave, though. Most people would be happy to see that, said Metal Gear Mondo. And then someone responded, for once we agree, and shows a picture of America. From, yeah. I don't know if America Chavez's fans are the worst in the world. They're very they're dumb, but whatever.
Why do you think they? Why do you think they keep on hiring her? I just find it weird that the comic industry keeps on. I mean, you could tell she had a disdain for the industry when she was in Marvel, but yet everyone just keeps on
because she still has the power. Because she still has the power and the she's still highlighted enough with the power to make one tweet to totally bash, and she probably does less damage attacking the fans than she would if she would go SJW, Me Too, whatever kind of power she has right now.
Have you guys ever seen
Valiant fired me because they sided with Comicsgate? It would ruin Valiant right now.
Have you ever seen the movie The Social Network?
I haven't.
With Jesse Eisenberg and whatever. Well, what's his name? The dancer. Who's the singer? Oh crap, I forget his name. Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake plays the guy who created Napster. And it shows how he got involved and so forth. And at one point, he's sitting down with the guy that created Facebook and all, and they're talking. And he's like, "Man, I changed the record business." And then the Jesse Eisenberg's partner, the guy Andrew Garfield that played Spider-Man in two really good Spider-Man movies, says, "What are you talking about? You didn't change the record business. You lost." He says, "I'd like to sell you a Tower Records." He did. He changed the business. He changed it, maybe not for the best, but he changed the business with what he did. Heather Antos, you could go to her, and she's going to apply for your as an editor of Valiant. They're going to say, "What have you done?" And she says, "Did you see all the crap I stirred up with just a picture of me and some friends having a milkshake?"
Yeah.
Just imagine all the stuff that came from that. How much attention Marvel got because of that. You had people rallying behind her. You had people attacking her left and right. But all that buzz, all that attention,
and it's not
caused by her. It had nothing to do with being female. But
no,
she did it.
Politics and where she is.
She did it by posting one picture of her and a bunch of people having milkshakes.
I guarantee you was to put my wife in her place in Valiant, all of a sudden they might be one of the best comic books out there. My wife is she's motivated by making money, so she's motivated. She's
Heather Antos
she wants to win every race she's in.
Heather Antos isn't motivated in making money. Heather Antos is motivated by getting attention.
Yep.
And that's what she gets paid to do.
Yep.
And that's what she's doing here. I mean, she's got an article on Bleeding Cool and or Bounding into Comics, and I'm sure there's more of them out there that are bringing attention to the project she's working on, X-O Manowar for Valiant. no matter what dumb, stupid thing she said.
I've always wondered how many times she's mocked the fact that she's like, these people don't like me, but yet they're on live stream or they're making a video where they've bought the book and they're giving me free advertisement. And they're complaining about the book, but they're giving me free advertisement. You know, she has that power where people will go, just because Heather Antos or these people are responsible for this book, I'm going to buy it and pick it apart. So that's her power. When that dies, she'll go away.
Well, that that is a smaller portion of selling books. Is very much a smaller portion of what her job's about, you know. But getting people talking about it,
yeah.
So, but let me read some more of
these. Was for Marvel. That's my point, and that's my question. It's kind of a question, but that's my point. Is with Disney, Marvel, and Warner Brothers, DC, they had other backbones. But what about Valiant? Valiant can't keep that kind of outrage culture. Keeps me relevant because no one's buying my books. Well,
that's the difference between where we were back in the 80s and 90s and where we are today. Jim Shooter was about selling comics. If your comic didn't sell like 40,000 or 60,000 a month, they canceled the series and they found something else to take its place. You know, nowadays it's how many people are talking about you on Twitter. Yeah. How many people are sharing this article on Twitter is more important than actually selling the comics.
The TV show Batwoman, nobody watched it, but everybody talked about it, so they kept it going a season, which was never unprecedented. Nobody's ever done that before. Your ratings were so low, you should have been hacked 2 seasons ago or whatever.
Did you see that they went on hiatus during the shutdown where most people are at home watching TV? That show went on hiatus. That's so funny. That's a whole nother issue. Let me get back to this so we can wrap this up, okay? Somebody says, and people wonder why the comics industry is in a ditch. This was the poster girl for 2014 to 2018. Amen. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And then we go on, and somebody says, so how's Pencils Down going for you? Wasn't she the one that started that hashtag, Pencils Down?
No, it was Ethan. I remember watching one of his
it.
streams. Oh, he stole it?
I think she was one of the early ones that said it.
When I said Pencils Down,
yeah,
and he turned it into a hashtag. He was
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yoink.
And it was brilliant. It's so good. It's probably
and it's eating them alive. It's eating them all alive.
It's probably one of the best since that Comicsgate hashtag itself.
And here's another example.
He lives in their heads rent free.
Yeah, here's another example of what I'm talking about. I'm scrolling through this article, and you're reading these replies where they're taking shots at her, and then she joins back in and says, I think the replies alone prove my point. And then, of course, there's another preview page for Exo Manowar. You know, you're reading this, you're checking out what's going on, you're seeing this hatred, this back and forth stupidity, but you're getting to see free previews of this comic. And this is actually kind of sad. This shouldn't come as a surprise. Antos is quickly becoming synonymous with the idiocy rather than the comic book editor. Back in 2008, she tweeted, "He has risen. Just kidding. April Fools." I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was a way of her to get more attention because
she's awful.
So then there's some other stuff in here about them ranking on her and all that good stuff. But the bottom line is she's back. She's using her power of the internet and the Twitter as useless as ever. But you know what? God love her. She's out there doing her job. She's doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing, getting attention for a company that is probably not going to survive what we're going through right now.
No.
And
I don't think Valiant's going to survive. I'm pretty sure of that.
I was never interested in their characters anyways.
Well, I enjoyed the Bloodshot movie. Mike and I went and saw it, and I enjoyed it. But you have to remember, at the time, it was at Mike's Theater, and we saw it for free. I didn't pay any money for it.
Right.
So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, the moral of the story, is there any movie you haven't liked?
It's like he's got your number, so he's look.
The Rona.
He's got his hand hovering should I keep the
yeah. Andrew likes if it's pretty middle of the road, like blandly competent. Andrew thinks it's great.
There have been some movies that I've disliked, but the one that I remember most profoundly, because I didn't see it in the theater, I actually bought it on Blu-ray and watched it at home, was Seth Rogen's, not Seth Rogen. What's that guy's name? did the Green Hornet.
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
He was in Green Hornet, and
That movie was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Matter of fact, I had it in the store, and when somebody finally offered to buy it, I said, "That one you can have for free."
just there you go. It's like I can't be. I don't want to be part of that memory when you find out.
Yeah. I feel bad taking your money.
Yeah. And I'm a capitalist. I'll sell anything.
Ahmed says, "What did your wife think about The Hunt?" I don't know. I don't think I asked her about it. I don't think she was very impressed. But
is that the movie that everybody thought was about hunting conservatives? But it's just a kind of the worst of the worst people movie. Where they hunt people, right?
No, it was advertised as rich liberals hunting conservatives.
Yeah,
and my wife said that's really not.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was
a troll
for the outrage that it caused. There wasn't enough of that.
That's free marketing.
Yeah. I mean, there's when it comes to pitching movies, a lot of previews will show you something in order to cause people to talk, to cause people to outrage. And then when you go see the movie, it's absolutely nothing about that. That was just like one little snippet of the movie or one little snippet of the background. And, it's all a matter of getting people talking, getting people coming. Evan says, "I am unsubbing because you disagree with my taste in film." Do you like the Fantastic Four reboot movie?
Oh, God.
Do you like it enough? And I brought it up first, damn it.
I didn't say anything.
Did you like it enough that you bought it in a steelbook case?
I'm also leaving.
Is that the one
for the duck?
talking about?
What?
Avery, is that the one you was talking about he liked? You weren't talking about the old school?
No. Like, he has the new remake.
The one you can't, if it wasn't by name, you wouldn't even recognize it as the Fantastic.
Yes, he has that still bookcase. And I'm not
all this time. I thought you meant the one with Michael Chiklis.
No.
Oh
No.
I always held my head down like I like that movie. It's like I did. I was like,
like those movies weren't great, but it was recognizable as the Fantastic Four,
and it did well enough that they made 2 of them.
Yeah,
and
this one there will never go back to.
The Richard Corbin movie that was never meant to see the light of day, but did if you found a bootleg at conventions.
Yeah. We've seen it back.
It is awful, but it's good for a laugh to watch once.
Yep, that's about how many times I've seen it. Once.
I know I have it up here somewhere.
But
these 2 shelves are just.
He owns that.
We don't need to see it. We know it looks
flaming monkey turd.
These 3 shelves here have like double layers of steelbook, so I'd have to move stuff around to find it. But I do own it.
But I need them.
Somebody needs gum.
Looking around, I was like, "Is that?"
No, that was my daughter. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't understand a word. It just had that kid.
That machine gun accent kids have. Yeah.
All right, now speaking of,
that's why I was looking around like, "Where's my kid at?"
Yeah, speaking of something to share with you guys.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was one of yours ran in the room.
Yeah, we kick all his out. They're evil little children.
I'm not.
I have a
they might be the only 5 good people left in the world.
Yeah.
I have a comic I want to share with you guys.
After the Rona.
Yeah, till the world beats them down and they become as despondent and aggressive and as everyone else.
Oh,
all right, I have a comic I want to share with you. This is one that I got recently.
Hurry up! I gotta go.
I'll make it quick.
Oh, look at that Wolverine! He's so beautiful.
This is Marvel Fanfare number 45. This was a special all pinup issue, and let me see what's the date on this one.
Oh, look at that!
89. August of 89.
That's not what I was looking at. I was not looking at that page. I was looking at that.
You were.
Yeah, we're gonna. Now, what's so funny is I flipped through this and I can recognize every artist, pretty much every artist in here. Some of them are fantastic and blow you away, and some of them are bad, really bad. Even the ones that are famous that we know of today. But what's so funny is I went through this and they list a credit of the colorists, but they don't list a credit of who the artist is, which is really weird, but I mean, okay. But this first one here is Art Adams doing the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And this is one I know got made into a into a poster at some point
Yeah, I like
because it's pretty fantastic. The coloring is not that great, but the image
okay.
itself is actually pretty good. This one over here, it's Anderson is the name, but I'm dying on a limb here trying to remember what his first name is.
I like that
It's
one.
okay, but this one
The Brett Blevins.
is a Brett Blevins.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
coloring is so horrible. They filled
I
in
like it.
green in parts that aren't supposed to be green. But the image itself, if this was reprinted in black and white, this would be fantastic.
I've seen it in black and white somewhere.
Really? Well,
I think on Pinterest is where it,
oh, yes. We got a John Bognoff, and
Yeah,
Al Milgrim.
look
Very
at the
nice.
belly. Look at the color gap.
Yeah, it's almost like he was drawing me, you know?
No,
This
the
one,
gap on the color.
Yeah,
the gap on the color, what?
Right.
Oh, right
White.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the fact that they credited the colorists in this issue is really weird because the coloring is probably the worst of it. This is the Hulk by Norm Brayfogle.
No, that they
That's not a good Brayfogle.
It's
no,
not,
Norm must
it's not at all. That's why I said some of these are
they
not
must
that
have
great.
taken something out of the trash, one of his sketches out of the trash or some shit at the
It's
office.
quite
That
possible.
is horrible.
Oh,
Oh,
you've got a Buscema in breeding here with
That's
Thor and Loki. That's cool. Howard Chaykin.
Oh, cool.
I thought it was a
That's really cool, and the coloring works perfect on that. I think that's a great looking image. You got a Michael Golden.
I would have a poster of that.
That's very nice. That's very nice. And then you have
a poster of that.
Jackson Geis, Butch Geis.
I love that 80s haircut.
Yeah.
He still got it. He still got it. Then you got Klaus Janson
That's
doing
not a good
what
call.
looks like a really quick Spider-Man drawing.
Yeah, it's like the inking's good, but the figure isn't.
It's almost like they just threw these together really, really
Yeah,
quick, you know?
I don't even think they were done for that book. I think it's just a bunch of stuff they
Yeah.
had for different things.
They probably went around the bullpen and said, "Hey, what do you got? What do you got?" and just threw it all in here.
Yeah.
You've got
Kaluta.
Michael Kaluta. Yep. This
Oh,
one
one
I
of my
think was
favorite.
actually a cover
It is.
for like a trade paperback or something. But this
No,
is
it's a
Mark
issue.
Bright.
It's an issue.
Or no, is that Bob Layton?
Yeah, I have that issue somewhere.
I'm trying to see. I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's.
That's one of my favorite. I mean, big memories from when I was a kid. Yeah, I love that image.
It's one of those
I've
two.
seen it before.
Yeah, me too. That's why. Then you've got Galactus, and this is by. I cannot tell the signature. It kind of looks like Tim Sale, but that's definitely not Tim Sale's art. But I don't know who that is. This one, Steve Laola, which that's awesome. The color works, the image works, everything works with this one. I like this one a lot. Then, of course, you got Rick Leonardi doing probably one of his favorite characters from the X-Men, Colossus. But once again, the coloring on this,
Yeah.
not good. Not good at all. Check out that Mike Mignola.
See, that's a really old Mike Mignola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got Kevin Nolan.
Yeah, Nolan.
Very good. Very good. Then this one is a...
Oh, I love the use of white. I love that one. Oh, face looks kind of funky.
I like the Gene Colan.
Yeah, that's not actually Gene Colan, though.
It's not.
That's somebody.
It's Reinhold.
Oh, Bill Reinhold?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that explains it.
Didn't
Bill
he
Reinhold.
ink? Didn't he ink Gene Colan at some point?
He probably had. Bill Reinhold inked everybody, dude. And,
Yeah.
and he's a fantastic artist himself. So
This says Marshall. I'm pretty sure it's one of those older guys. It's okay. And then, believe it or not, this is a John Romita Jr. This is a sketch somebody pulled out of his trash can.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even this
it
is
looks
not.
like a convention sketch. Like you would be thrilled if you got that as your convention sketch for a couple $100.
Evan says Judge Reinhold.
Judge Reinhold.
Yeah,
Judge
but
Reinhold presiding.
Steve Rude.
How many convention skits would you actually want colored? You know, they don't look good that way.
Well, yeah. This is Steve Rude. It's another one of these ones that looks like it was meant to be a pinup.
Yeah.
Pretty fantastic. And then, of course, P. Craig Russell doing Kill Raven. Then you got a double page Terry Shoemaker New Mutants, which is okay, not bad.
Just
I'm not 100% sure on this one. I originally thought it was Sienkiewicz, but that's not his signature. I think it might be a Matt Wagner, but then again, I'm not
can't see.
100% sure.
I can't
It looks
see
like a lightning bolt. I don't remember Sienkiewicz ever doing that, so
I can't see the signature. I still can't see it. Can't see it, man. It's just a blur.
all right.
It's
Well,
just
I
a
tried.
blur.
Then, of course, you have Walter Simonson, which this looks like, just a convention type sketch, not even a cover or anything. Then you got some really good one, Paul Smith.
I love
I
Paul Smith.
really like this. I like this one a lot. That's just so cool. Then you have Ken Stacy, or
That's not good. I don't like that.
well, that's his style, so I mean it works. But
Yeah.
then you have Charles Vess and
okay. Go back. Just
Alan Wise.
go back to one.
This one.
Yeah, that one. That's the last panel of a book. That's not a pinup. That's not a.
Yeah. That's the last panel of a story that would have, and it's the last page of a story that has like heavy exposition at the end.
Uh-huh.
Well, the question is, when did Charles Vess ever do an Inhuman story?
I don't know, but
I don't think he ever did.
That doesn't look.
That
Yeah.
doesn't look. It doesn't look right to be in this book.
And then the last two, we have a Barry Windsor Smith Storm, which looks absolutely horrible.
Yeah, for Barry Windsor, yeah.
And then this is a Mike Zeck Punisher.
A pretty good Mike Zeck.
Yeah, this is one that was intended to be a pinup of some type,
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the wraparound cover by John Byrne, which I think there's some funny things in here. Like you've got what's her name? Hella holding a scroll by the shoulder, and he's like, oh,
Hulk looks red.
Well, yeah, he's supposed to be dark gray. That's supposed to be the Mr. Fix-It version.
Yeah,
of Hulk.
exactly. So that's color. That looks like it's
So-
colored wrong.
Yeah. But awesome. I found this and I wanted to go through it with you guys just because it was very, very cool. Now, this is weird. The person that's walking away has
Yeah,
a
we can
red
see-
boot
yeah.
and a red cape.
Hmm.
I don't think there was anybody in here that had a red boot and a red cape, where everybody else is accounted for on the cover. Huh.
I'm always
joke.
I'm always amazed by how you and Avery are able to
Hit those
see
names.
the art and
Uh-huh.
get those names of the artists.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we've been following that
Yeah,
for
we've
a
been
while.
following some of these guys for so long. Like if I know an artist really well, you can spot them. There's something in their line that is
That's
there when it's them.
Yeah, no red boots, no red capes.
Yeah, so it's not Guardian.
Yeah.
No, it was probably him making fun of DC on the cover.
It's probably a Superman joke. Did that book come out around the time he was also working on Superman or after he left Superman?
89, I think that was early 90s, so possibly, quite possibly.
Hmm.
But this is probably John Byrne's little at Marvel.
Yeah, some
Nobody
of
realized it,
some of those pictures remind me of the story Jim Lee told where he sent Todd's like, "Hey, do a Spawn cover for me." He's like, "Okay." He's like, he did a real quick diddle of a thumbnail. A diddle. He diddled himself, and he did a thumbnail on a napkin that he thought, "Hey," and he sent it to Todd. He's like, "How does this look?" And it was supposed to come back to him like, "Yeah, go ahead and draw it." But instead, Todd just went ahead and took the napkin and digitally inked it, and that was the cover. And all of a sudden, a month later, Jim Lee's like, "There was this cover that I did, and it was the napkin sketch." And I was like, "Hey, man, what the hell? I didn't do the cover yet." So
That's funny.
that's what those. Yeah, it's pretty funny. That's
Some of that
Todd.
stuff looks like that kind of quality work that they try to
Yeah,
turn into.
yeah.
He turned it in on a napkin. Go with it.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
All right, my friend, take
Hey,
it easy.
Avery.
I appreciate
Avery, I
it.
just want to say hi. I'm so glad I'm able to talk to you, man. Finally.
I'm glad you're here, man. It's good to meet you.
Yeah.
Keep getting better.
Yeah, I'm definitely. My left
appreciate
side's
you.
a little better, and I'm still stuttering. I'm stuttering a lot,
Uh-huh.
which is weird because I've never used to stutter before, but I am getting better. So thank you.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic. And
Awesome.
Andrew can have you on more. You can have him on again, right?
Yeah, of course. I can add him to the list. He's more than welcome.
Add D to the list.
Until
he's more than-
until he goes crazy
until-
and starts asking us to defend positions that we don't care anything about, and then calls us all cowards because we ignore him.
or tries to police what YouTube channels we watch.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
And tells us who can be our friends and who can't be our friends, and so
Yeah.
forth. Yeah, yeah.
I think
So
that was
your safety for the moment. Yeah.
I'm gonna do him a thing where it's like the Superman symbol, but it's got a D in the middle.
Perfect.
Oh, that'd
Very
be
nice.
awesome. Thank
Very
you.
nice.
That's fantastic. Thanks a lot, guys.
Good night.
All right. Good night, Avery.
Guys, Evan, later.
Yeah, Evan says, "Is that D?" Yes, it is the infamous D,
He
who
loves
loves all things,
Yeah.
even the Fantastic Four remake and Steelbook case.
Well, D loves all things, maybe except
Excuse me.
that.
Maybe accept that.
In other words, your moniker is a lie.
Well, it really sucks for me is I'm a Michael B. Jordan fan, and I wanted to like it. I wanted to just ignore all the controversy, whatever, make believe controversy, but the movie was just bad. It just
Oh well, I gave it a shot because of what's her name, the chick that's in it. I forgot her name already.
I mean,
you
even
know what? It's forgettable. The whole thing. I remember kind of like things of it where I was just like, "Wow, that's a lot of CG," CGI, But
It was oh crimey, what is her name? Kate Mara, and she was at the time. She was also in House of Cards, which I just recently rewatched the first 5 seasons of.
didn't it seem like they treated Doctor Doom as kind of like a MacGuffin? Like he was just like, we don't need him right now. Let's lock him away in this dimension, and then he'll come back as the bad guy. No story, no blah blah blah. It's just crap.
You mean Doctor Doom, not Doctor Strange?
I
Did
thought
you
it
say Doctor Strange?
I said Doctor Doom.
Oh,
it kind of looked like a homeless guy. It was kind of funny.
yeah. It wasn't great, but I do own it. And the sad thing is,
Have this one.
this is another thing that Avery will tease me about. I bought it the first run when it came out on Steelbook case because they only had 1 copy left on the shelf, and I was afraid it would go away and I'd never be able to find it. And it's on Best Buy shelves today for always on sale for $9.99 or less. But there was only 1 copy left on the shelf when I went to the store, and I was like, "Ooh, I got to get it so that I don't miss out on it." And I paid full price, and yeah.
I mean, it was a bad movie, but the one thing I could say for it is at least they tried to do something a little different.
Well,
But it was just executed really bad.
I enjoyed, and we probably need to save this for another video, but I enjoyed the movie all the way up until the point where they got their powers. Once they got their powers, the movie went stupid. It went totally wrong. Everything about it was bad. Up until that point, it was building characters. And I was okay with all of that. All the characters were fine, even though they made race swapping changes and they made, Sue Storm was adopted and so forth. And none of that mattered to me because they were building the characters, and that was good. Once they got their powers, the movie went dumb. I mean, it went dumb very quickly, and from that point on, it was stupid. So the fact that Sue Storm wasn't even with them when they went into the other dimension and got their powers, she got it as a feedback from an explosion that happened. It's like really, really dumb.
The only thing I don't like is that used up between that and Warmonger. It used up Michael B. Jordan, and he'd make a great superhero. Like he made a great Warmonger. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a fan of his. So yeah. Anyways.
All right, Chris Evans, a better Human Torch or Captain America?
Oh, Chris.
Captain America all the way.
See, I keep forgetting it. Skinny Chris, and Skinny Chris doesn't look like I really hate Chris Evans as a person.
Actually, the movie I liked him best in, the best comic book movie, was The Losers.
Who was in The Losers?
He was the
Oh,
skinny.
that's a horrible movie. Come on.
Yeah. Oh no, it was fun. Oh, as long as you've never read any of the comics, it was a fun movie. You know,
I've never seen it.
he was the skinny tech looking dude.
Who was?
Chris Evans.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like a ragtag group of mercenaries who.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it had Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Was it Jeffrey Dean Morgan? I'm bringing it up. Hold on a second. I'll share it with you. I like the movie. I liked it a lot. And I'm not going to share the audio. We don't need that.
Well, I mean, I don't think anything really beats The Winter Soldier. That is like by far one of the best superhero movies.
Yeah, it had Jeffrey D. Morgan, who everybody knows as the comedian and Negan. It had Zoe Saldana, who everybody knows as Gamora. Chris Evans, who later became the Human Torch, as well as Captain America. It has Idris Elba, who was in the Thor movies. Let's see, who else? Jason Patrick. He's the only one that was in it. He was the bad guy. He was the main bad guy, and he was a bad guy. Not good at all, but...
Hey, just to give you a heads up, my phone is at 10% energy, so you might be losing me in the next few minutes. Sorry about that.
We'll miss you. We promise that. See, there he is. There's Chris Evans. He was the goatee-wearing, glasses-wearing tech guy.
uh-huh.
There was a scene in the movie where he was supposed to go into a building. Yeah, here he is. He's wearing an apron, but he goes into the building and he's supposed to hack into their computers, and then he's supposed to leave. And on his way out, the security guards stop him in the hall.
After the Fantastic Four, because he's thicker there than he was in Fantastic
It
Four.
might have been, to be honest. Well, 2010. So when was the Fantastic Four? I'll go back and look. But
Yeah, 2002.
yeah, it was definitely after the Fantastic Four movies. But he's in the elevator thing where there's a big glass window with buildings on the other side, and he points his fingers out. Here, hold on a second. I'm gonna switch my camera so you can actually see me. It's no fun if you can't see me. So he if you haven't seen this movie, this is funny. He points his fingers at the security guards who are like pointing guns at him, and he's like, "Don't make me have to do this." And he goes, and he's got his back to the window. I forgot that's an important part. He's got his back to the window, and he goes, "I warned you." And he goes, bang, like that, and all of a sudden, a bullet hits one of the security guards, and he goes down. He goes, bang, and he gets the other one, and the security guard goes down. And he turns around and he gives the OK symbol, and the camera follows through his fingers, through a hole in the glass, over to the other building where his sharpshooter buddy is like, no problem.
Yeah,
But he was all very confident with his figures. Yeah,
I've seen that scene on the nets, the internets, but they also stole that gag in the Expendables.
well, yeah, that's what. Did I need to go back?
Yeah, I think you should. I think she's hot.
Yeah,
It is Gormora.
yeah. Yeah, that's
I'm
Jason
also
Patrick.
It's I'm also a Jeffrey.
This picture is perfect. It represents the movie completely. You've got
My wife-
three of the guys with guns, and then Chris Evans is like,
My wife isn't very much like somebody like Chris Evans on the screen would annoy her. She's not too much of the kind of ooh, he's hot kind of, but she's got a thing for Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and I'm like, Negan.
yeah. Here's the scene where yeah. I think he makes a better Captain America, but I enjoyed this movie, and I enjoyed him in this movie. So if you've never seen The Losers, I recommend it. I don't think I own it anymore, to be honest with you. I got to double check. I don't think.
Actually, Chris Evans is pretty good in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
So what do you think about this whole Sean Gordon Murphy thing going down?
Oh, yeah, the whole idea of him getting advice from friends.
Yeah, ask SJW's permission to run his business.
I just thought it was kind of funny that 500,000, 800,000, $1 million. I mean,
I think it's funny that
who knows if it can make that much? But
Can you do that? I mean, just take a look at Bigfoot Bill 1 compared to 2. All right, you don't have a property like Earthworm Jim. Don't judge on Doug TenNapel. I know he's your friend. Don't judge, not you guys, but Don't judge on that. That was
Well-
not Doug TeNapel that sold that book. That was it was, but it wasn't. It was Earthworm Jim that sold that book.
I still give a lot of high praise to what Doug did with his first two books, the Earthworm Jim book and the Bigfoot Bill, because the product was fantastic. You know, I give him credit for that.
It's one of those things in
Yeah.
hindsight. In hindsight, is do you realize? Okay, so Bigfoot Bill made XXX. He paid XX on that book to make it to doable. You know,
Right.
and because the man's already a millionaire, and he had us believing he wasn't. So, yeah. So
And also,
can
one of
afford-
the reasons why he made a hardbound book and stuff like that, at least what my understanding is he's not really doing it just for the fans. He wants to sell it as an intellectual property to Hollywood with his
Yeah.
Hollywood connections.
Well, that is one of the
So-
things he can do with it. So
Yeah, so that's why he's dropping. I mean, let's put it this way: most people can't afford to do that. They're gonna lose their shirt making a hardbound
Right.
book like that.
that I'm all about people have pet projects. I would almost go in the hole as long as it doesn't hurt my family for the Scorpion's Tail. I would do it. I want readers, I want backers, I want especially the first book to get people going. Hey, I want to see what happens. But the way he did it was to con a whole bunch of people in believing he was financially unsound, and the way he conned people just puts a bad taste in your mouth. And then the way he lectures other people is, this isn't a good product, mine is. It's like, because you're a millionaire. It's like, what I want to do is I want to go to the Comicsgate convention next year, and I want to give out free issues of Scorpion's Tail. It's kind of my plan if I can afford it by then. I'm looking.
Hey,
and you know, everybody in CG would tell you, don't do that. Don't give anything away for free.
It's gonna be no, I don't care. It's gonna be I don't care.
See, this is when Avery would say, yeah, you don't listen to anything I say, you're going to fail.
It's gonna be like a newsprint, but it's just gonna be a wet your whistle, maybe first 24 pages, just whatever. Just get. I also plan when I finally have a launch date to start doing $2 super chats everywhere, just saying the Scorpion's Tail is coming. People who don't know what it is, I'm gonna put it in their zeitgeist. I'm gonna get it in their mind, right? But that doesn't mean anybody else has to do it, and I'm not gonna judge anybody who can't afford to do that, right?
Okay, well, hold on a second, because I need to answer some questions from Evan. He's going insane in the chat right now because I'm ignoring him. And I'm not ignoring him. I'm reading him. I'm just letting my guests talk. So let me go back to the beginning of what he was saying.
Mhm.
You know, he pointed out Kate Mara.
Oh, that's the
Said Fantastic Four isn't a thing. How about that? Then he says, how about that awful ending? I'm not sure which one he's talking about, but
Fantastic Four. It seems like he's on a.
well, jump cut to 5 years later. Lies.
See, if
I
you
know him as John Winchester.
Yeah, she had a crush way back when he was John Winter.
Oh, John Winchester. Okay, I was thinking he was talking about Chris Evans. I forgot he was talking about Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Okay, now I'm on the same page. And then of course he has to point out that I abandoned the chat. #, abandoned the chat. Sorry, dude.
Hashtag.
# riot.
Hashtag.
No.
Evan is right.
Listen, you guys need to understand. This channel has a branding, and it's cringe. And # is one of my cringe moves, my things that I created here, just like we all created Cooch Diddles. You know?
Dude, I hope Fraga never hears that and thinks
I clipped that 2 minute. I clipped that 2 minute piece, and I was gonna put it on Twitter, and I'm like,
yeah. No, because we're gonna use that. That's funny, but it explains how it was a mess up.
oh yeah, it was me screwing up. It was me screwing up from the very beginning. So, and then he says elbow cough. 2005, 2007. He's referring to the original Fantastic Four movies, the ones with Chris Evans. I did double check that. So,
I mean,
and then,
you guys know the internet. They know how memes come about. So
yeah. And then he asks about Jonah Hex, the movie.
I still have never seen that.
He says your wife needs to see Snowpiercer. I'm not sure if she has or not. I think maybe she has. But I'm going to get down to, and then I'm going to answer his question.
Is that a porn?
Yeah, Snowpiercer is a great movie
says-
if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, new print, a newsprint, or GTFO. Get the okay, I got it. Then he says, "Damn it, Andrew! I need to know your opinion on Jonah Hex, the movie, and Constantine in that order."
I would like that.
I enjoyed both movies a little bit. I enjoyed the Constantine one a whole heck of a lot more. I didn't care. I never followed Hellblazer or John Constantine, so that movie with Keanu Reeves was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Jonah Hex, I have a soft spot in my heart for
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. So I mean, I don't care how bad of an actress
I
is.
have a hard spot for Megan Fox.
I've got a hot. I do. I can't help it.
Oh, you can't take my joke. You keep your soft spot. I'll go and I'll see what. Say,
Did
go
my
for
internet
it.
just froze? Can you hear me?
No, you're up there,
Okay. All right. Well, my internet just snapped. Okay, I'm back.
Andrew. There you went,
All right.
Andrew.
Elbow cough again.
Froze.
Virtual hug.
Andrew,
Well,
you're muted.
No, I'm not. You can hear me.
Can I?
You dick. You dick.
Can't
Pound sign crew. That's right. Evan's one of the originals. Sky's here. She says, "Hi, how are you? I started my first comic book." Oh, excellent. Very cool. Evan says,
What comic book was that?
Roger Corman's original Fantastic Four was 94. That was bad. Yeah, Sky, what's the name of your comic? Tell us more. Tell us more. Tell us more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Did I freeze up again?
Dude, okay, I hate the fact that I know that song. I know what I'm talking
It's
about.
from Greece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's Greece isn't without its haters for some reason.
It's Greece 2 that has its haters, but
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Although she's pretty hot.
they're all hot.
Catwoman.
Michelle Pfeiffer. See, there are some names that I do know. You know, I'm not completely oblivious in the world of movies. So, all right, Whew. Guys, we're getting ready to wrap up our hour. Wait a minute. Sky says, "Well, I don't know what the name of it is, but it is Dragon Ball Z." Okay, you mean like Dragon Ball Z inspired? Return to Oz was probably bad. I don't think I've seen that one, Evan. I mean, I'm familiar with the movie you're talking about, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oz has a huge underground cult type following, and I remember. No, I seen it when I was a kid, and I remember being horrified of it. And they say still to this day, it holds up its creepiness.
Right. All right. Let me ask you a question. If you have a series of movies, and like the first one's good and enjoyable, but the rest of them are crap, do you still consider it? Even though the rest of the movies are crap, like for example, what's the one with the giant worms? Tremors. The first Tremors was a fun flick, but the following ones were,
Fun.
Yeah, fun, but
No, those are the type of movies you just shut up, check your brain at the door, and just fucking enjoy. Bert is one of my favorite characters ever. It's like watching the dad from Family Ties with a collection of guns. Yeah, he's more badass than lots of characters today. Yes. No.
Hey, sorry guys, my phone's about to die. So let me just say one thing before I leave.
All right,
sorry
Dave.
about all this.
No problem.
Is if I don't lose my job, I hope to see you guys at the Comic-Con. I mean, at the CG comic convention.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are going, right? It's in Florida.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
if don't
considering
lose my
Corona
job,
doesn't take out the world.
yeah, I hope to see you guys there. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm about to die out.
No problem, D. Appreciate you coming by, man.
Bye.
Take
See
it
you
easy.
next time, bro.
Stay healthy.
Okay.
I'm gonna work on your thing.
I just got an update from MegaCon, which is in June, announcing more actors and so forth. That's June 4th. So as of right now, I guess they haven't canceled that one. And that's an Orlando convention. So we'll see what happens.
They're probably just hoping that, or just going, okay, we'll wait and to cancel it until,
D loves elbow cough. Okay. I think he's trying to put an emoji, but the emoji's not coming through for me. So, yeah, okay. There. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Actually, on on our chat for the stream, it comes up as elbow cough, but on the chat on YouTube, it actually yeah. D
Remember
said,
that-
I miss all you guys. Hey, wait a minute. Kodiak, you would probably be better one to answer this. In our conversations back and forth, D referred to us as the Maroon 5 of CG. Was
Me?
that an insult? No, us. All of us as the Maroon 5 of CG.
You're
don't know.
telling us to get all the pussy, but none of the guys like us. That's Maroon 5.
I'm satisfied with that. I'll take that.
I'll take some of the yeah. My wife used to listen to that band. It's like, but no, that is definitely an insult.
Whatever. You know, I mean,
Hey, we're a rock band. We're up there. No.
Evan says Maroon 5. I'm out. And on that note, we'll wrap this up. I know there wasn't any drawing. I had a drawing prepared, but there was too much crap to talk about. There's so much going on, and I am so sorry. I completely flaked and didn't do a live stream last night. So, for all those out there listening, I'll see you tomorrow. You going to join me again, Kodiak?
I'm gonna try. I'm not making any promises because things have been weird. It's like Russian roulette.
Yeah, I understand. All right. Good night, everybody.